Okay, everybody, let's get at it here. For the first time, I'm attempting to do some fajitas on this Blackstone. I've cooked many other things, but never fajitas. So today I'm going to do some chicken and beef and shrimp fajitas. So let's get the show started. As you can see right here, I'm using some olive oil. I gotta get in a better habit of using olive oil. I think it's still the best oil out there to use. Probably one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest to use. So we're gonna start off with our vegetables. Our bell peppers, green and red. Gonna get that going. I love the sound of the sizzle. A little bit more oil here. And I want them cooked enough, but not overcooked. I do like a little bit of a crunch to my vegetables. Some people just like them really soggy, which that's fine if that's your choice. But I like mine to have a little bit more crunch. A lot of people say when you cook vegetables, if you overcook them, you cooking out the nutrients that's in the vegetable. So I tend to believe that. But here shortly we're gonna get these onions going here. Same thing with onions. I don't like mine overdone. You know, you can have grilled onions and have them grilled and not have them soggy. So onions here. I have a feeling this is going to end up tasting pretty good. Very rarely do you add bell peppers and onions to something and it don't taste good. But let's see. And by the way, those of you who are trying to eat healthier, definitely need a griddle, Blackstone or some type of griddle to cook, make cooking easier, faster. Yeah, some days it actually is hot outside, and the heat coming from the griddle makes it a little hotter, but nothing you can't handle. I just find it so much healthier to eat when using the Blackstone or some type of griddle than it is going by fast food. It's like I'm starting to become anti-fast food, except for maybe a few places. Look at those cooking down there. Now here go our meats from the left to the right: beef, chicken, and then shrimp. There, I've already seasoned everything. I need to season the chicken a little more, as you can tell, but I've already seasoned everything. And here comes the steak. I do the steak first, move that out the way. Then I'm gonna do the chicken, make sure it's cooked very well, slide that to the side, and I'm going to do the shrimp last because the shrimp is so much of a faster cook than the beef and the chicken. And what I like to do is also make sure that each piece of meat, whether it's steak, shrimp, chicken, doesn't matter, I like to make sure each piece is actually touching flat on the griddle. You know, you don't want meat piled up on top of other meat because the meat that's on top will not get cooked. So I want to make sure it's all flat against the griddle. And just so you can see what seasoning I'm using, this Cajun seasoning here from the Best Cajun Food Stop, a little store that opened in my area recently. Then this HEB Texas Beef Fajita seasoning here. So I'll be using both of those. I've already seasoned all of the meat. As I stated earlier, I need to season a little bit of the chicken, a little bit more. But other than that, everything's seasoned pretty well. And I don't know if you guys notice when you go in the store and they already have the meat seasoned. It's seasoned so much to the point where you can barely see the meat. And I need to, maybe, I don't know if I'll do it that much, but I do need to start adding more seasoning. Sometimes I'm a little bit conservative with the seasoning. I have a lot of people tell me, hey, just go ahead and dump it on there. I'm the type of person I prefer to have not enough seasoning than to have too much. Because in my opinion, if it doesn't have too much seasoning, it's still edible. But if you have too much seasoning, it can be unedible sometimes. So I'm very careful on that. But yeah, I need to start adding more to it. According to my quote-unquote customers, I call wife and kids. So we're gonna let this chicken go ahead and cook. We definitely want to make sure that, well, I'm adding more seasoning to it, but we definitely want to make sure it's cooked well. It's up to temperature. And for you all who doing this for the first time, please make sure you wash your chicken off very well before you season it. And once again, I'm making sure that each piece is touching the griddle. Now I also use the dome with the chicken to make sure it reaches temperature. And I only do that with the chicken, just to make sure it's cooked all the way through. Not overcooked, but cooked all the way through. I can't hear you. Is there a library down here?
You've been there.
I've been there, yeah. So the meat is almost done. See, the chicken is cooking down there. Don't want to overdo it. Some people like a little bit of like the chicken to be a little bit dark. Me personally, not really. Now it's time for the shrimp. Shrimp, fast cook. And depending on how many people in your household, you might want to make sure you have enough shrimp. Some people can get away with 1 pound. Some people need 5 pounds. So make sure you have enough shrimp. Because shrimp is the one meat where people will really complain if there's not enough. If there's not enough chicken, fine. If there's not enough beef, fine. But if there's not enough shrimp, problem. So just make sure you have enough. Making sure each one of them touching the griddle. And it may seem kind of tedious, but still, it's worth it. Now that these shrimp are about done, we're gonna get to the tortillas. I'm using low carb. Once again, I'm trying to cut the carbs whenever I can. But to each his own. And I don't clean the griddle. before I put the tortillas on there. The char that's left on the griddle, I love that to be in the on the tortillas. Just gives the tortillas a little more flavor. And these shouldn't take no more than a minute or two. Don't want to leave them on too long. There's nothing worse than a burnt tortilla. And tortillas are so easy to heat up, or just, I don't understand how some people burn them. Well, I guess sometimes you can walk away and forget, but see, that's about how I like mine, just like that. Now it's time to get these bad boys off of here. Look at that. I appreciate you all watching. Look at the plate there we got. I added some rice and refried beans. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And as always, get ready, stay ready. God bless.